A warning shot has just been fired across the entire league and rival pitchers should be very nervous. A powerhouse lineup is quietly closing in on a move that could turn every matchup into a nightmare, stacking elite power and relentless pressure in a way that feels almost unfair. Insiders say this isn't just about adding talent, it's about breaking opponents mentally before the first pitch is even thrown. At the same time, another blockbuster possibility is gaining traction, hinting that this roster could become even more dangerous in the coming weeks. Fans are buzzing, rivals are panicking, and analysts are calling it a potential offensive overload that changes game planning forever. If these moves come together, this isn't just strengthening a lineup, it's sending a clear message. Dominance isn't enough, they want total control. Before we dive in, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on all notifications so you never miss any breaking Dodgers news the second it drops. What I'm about to share is huge. This isn't just another trade rumor. This is potentially a game-changing shakeup in Major League Baseball, and for the Los Angeles Dodgers, it could reshape the entire landscape of the National League for years to come. If you're a Dodgers fan or even just someone who loves high-stakes baseball drama, you need to hear every detail of this. The Los Angeles Dodgers are reportedly moving aggressively to close in on two of the biggest names in baseball today, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette. That's right. The Dodgers, already one of the most dominant franchises in baseball, are making moves that could completely tilt the balance of power in their favor. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., the young superstar from the Toronto Blue Jays, has already proven himself as one of the most feared hitters in the game. Pair him with Bo Bichette, whose ability to hit, steal, and dominate at shortstop has made him a standout star, and the Dodgers suddenly have a lineup that could crush virtually any pitching staff in the league. Sources close to the Dodgers organization suggest that the front office, led by Andrew Friedman, has been working behind the scenes for months, quietly strategizing the best approach to bring these two stars to Los Angeles. The Dodgers have always been aggressive in acquiring talent, but this move could signal a new era of dominance. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has been on the radar for years, and while the Blue Jays have resisted trade offers in the past, insiders believe the Dodgers' combination of prospects, draft picks, and financial muscle might finally be too much for Toronto to refuse. Guerrero Jr. is not just a strong hitter, he's a generational talent. He has power, consistency, and the kind of presence in the batter's box that forces pitchers to rethink every pitch. If the Dodgers secure him, it's not just about adding a slugger, it's about changing how opposing teams approach every game. Imagine a lineup where Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, and Guerrero Jr. are all protecting each other, creating a nightmare scenario for any pitcher. And if that wasn't enough, Bo Bichette adds speed, agility, and a dynamic offensive threat at shortstop, which complements the Dodgers' already formidable roster. The Dodgers' front office has reportedly studied the market meticulously. They know that acquiring Guerrero Jr. won't be easy, but they're prepared to go all in. Draft picks, high-level prospects, and even Major League-ready talent could be part of the package. And let's not forget, the Dodgers have experience making blockbuster deals. They've done it before with players like Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman, showing the league they're willing to spend big and think long-term. Bringing in two players of Guerrero and Bichette's caliber simultaneously? That's the kind of move that doesn't just make headlines, it reshapes a franchise. One key aspect of this potential deal is timing. The Dodgers have been eyeing opportunities for months, and with the offseason approaching, the pressure is on for both teams to make strategic decisions. Toronto may be hesitant to part with Guerrero Jr., but if the Dodgers' offer is structured correctly, it could be a win-win. Toronto gets a slew of top-tier prospects to build for the future, while the Dodgers instantly transform into a powerhouse lineup that could dominate the National League for the next decade. Now, let's talk about the implications for pitching. With Guerrero Jr. and Bichette in the lineup, opposing pitchers are facing an entirely new challenge. Guerrero Jr.'s power hitting alone is enough to shift game strategies. Add Bichette's speed and versatility, and suddenly pitchers have to think about both power and agility. The Dodgers could become the ultimate nightmare for any pitching staff. It's not just about hitting home runs, it's about controlling the game from the first inning, pressuring pitchers into mistakes, and creating opportunities for runs every single game. But it's not just the offense that makes this potential duo so deadly. The Dodgers' defense, already solid, would gain new flexibility with Bichette's range at shortstop. Defensive shifts become more effective, double plays happen faster, and the overall cohesion of the team improves dramatically. A lineup that can hit, steal, and defend at an elite level is the ultimate formula for championship contention. And remember, the Dodgers have always been known for balancing offensive firepower with defensive stability. Adding Guerrero Jr. and Bichette fits perfectly into this philosophy. From a fan perspective, this is absolutely thrilling. Imagine walking into Dodger Stadium knowing you're about to see one of the most explosive lineups in baseball history. Every game becomes must-watch TV. Every pitcher in the league has to plan differently. And for the Dodgers, it's not just about winning games, it's about sending a message. The Dodgers are not here to compete, they're here to dominate. And if this deal goes through, that statement becomes undeniable. There's also an interesting financial angle to consider. Acquiring Guerrero Jr. and Bichette won't come cheap. The Dodgers are likely looking at multi-year contracts and significant investment in talent retention. But Andrew Friedman has proven time and again that he's not afraid to spend money strategically. The return on investment for these two players is potentially enormous, not just in terms of wins, but also in ticket sales, merchandise, and national attention. The Dodgers have the financial flexibility to make this move, and it could cement their status as the most formidable team in the league. Of course, trades of this magnitude are never straightforward. There are always obstacles: player preferences, team strategies, and league approvals. But insiders suggest that conversations are already well underway. The Dodgers' approach is reportedly respectful yet assertive, emphasizing the value they can offer while understanding the significance of these players to their current teams. In other words, this isn't a rushed, reckless move, it's a calculated, intelligent strategy designed to maximize impact while minimizing risk. Let's also consider the ripple effects across the league. If the Dodgers acquire Guerrero Jr. and Bichette, other teams will have to respond. Suddenly, the National League becomes even more competitive, with teams scrambling to adjust lineups, trades, and strategies to keep up. The ripple effect could lead to more blockbuster trades, rising salaries, and a complete rebalancing of power. There's also the narrative factor. Dodgers fans have been craving a true generational superstar alongside their existing talent. Guerrero Jr. fits that role perfectly. Bichette adds the dynamic, high-energy spark that makes games exciting and unpredictable. For a franchise that thrives on both performance and spectacle, these acquisitions would be ideal. And let's be honest, the media frenzy alone would be electrifying. Every sports network, every baseball analyst, and every fan across the country would be talking about the Dodgers' next move. And here's a crucial point: timing matters not just for trades but for team chemistry. Bringing in two high-profile players simultaneously could be challenging, but the Dodgers' clubhouse culture is known for integrating talent smoothly. The coaching staff, led by Dave Roberts, is experienced in managing superstar egos, building team cohesion, and ensuring that everyone is working toward the same goal. This isn't just about talent acquisition, it's about building a sustainable, championship-winning team. Now, let's touch on some stats to understand the real impact. Guerrero Jr. consistently hits above .300, with power numbers that rival some of the league's best sluggers. Bichette, meanwhile, boasts impressive on-base percentages, stolen bases, and clutch hitting that can turn a close game into a decisive win. Combine these stats with the Dodgers' existing stars, and you have a team that is statistically positioned to dominate in almost every category. It's not hyperbole, it's math, performance analytics, and strategy coming together in perfect alignment. And while we're speculating, imagine how this duo could change postseason dynamics. In the playoffs, where every run counts and pitching strategies are carefully orchestrated, having Guerrero Jr. and Bichette in your lineup could be the difference between an early exit and a championship parade. Opposing managers would have to rethink bullpen usage, defensive shifts, and pitching rotations just to contain the Dodgers' offensive threat.